everyone, and welcome back to another video on the channel, and welcome back to the first video of 2024. So before we get into the video, I'd just like to say I hope everyone had a good Christmas and a nice New Year's Eve break. So now that we're in 2024, this is the first video, and in today's video, as you can tell by the title, we'll be doing the track laying. So what I've done off camera, just to start off, is I've laid this sort of half circle here, and I've done lots of testing with that, just to make sure trains run well over that, and touch wood they do. So this video will be finishing up all the track work, so from the end there to underneath the town scene, and that's where we'll be laying the track in today's video. And as well as that, we'll be adding a crossover just behind the hill there. So that will be all in today's video, and hopefully by the end of it we'll get some trains running. So that will be quite exciting. So anyways, if you're new here and you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button and click on the notifications bell and press all, that way you don't miss out on any new videos just like this one that I'll release in the future. So anyways, let's get into laying the track. Alright, so I'm going to start laying the track now, and what I'm going to be doing is, for the curve that goes from here into the station, got some bits of old Hornby set track here. So so what I've done is I've given these a good clean up, gotten rid of all the ballast. They're not 100% perfect, but I'll be ballasting these anyway, and they'll be getting weathered, so it's not too big of a deal. As long as they're 90 to 95% clean, I'll be happy. So these will be going about there, so I will have to chop that down a bit. That'll be going in there into the station. So before I put these down, one thing I do need to do is I'm going to clean up the ends here of the rail, just get rid of any sort of oxidization that might be on them, so any sort of glue or anything like that, just so we get a good electrical continuity. So to do this, I'm just using a file and just getting rid of all the glue and, as I said, oxidization that might be on the rail, so that way we can get good electrical connection between each of the rails where the rail joiners are. Because of how old this track is too, it's a good idea to do this. I should also point out that this Hornby set track, this came from my first ever layout that I had when I was a child, so it's quite old, this stuff. It's still in good condition, so I may as well reuse it. And as well as getting underneath here, it's always a good idea to get the sides here as well, get rid of any scrape of any glue that might be on the sides. As you can see, our glue's coming off, so that's good. Yep, it's looking good. If there's any sort of glue on the rail, it's going to affect the electrical continuity, so that's why I'm doing this. I've done the same for the inside curve that I just showed before. So I'm going to keep going at this off camera, and then we'll get a start on laying the track. Alright, so it's now time to get on with laying this bit of track. So I've just connected two bits of set track up to each other. Now I need to cut this bit of flexi track in order to get this to fit. So I'm just using a permanent marker. I'm just going to mark here and here. So I know where I need to cut now, and to cut the track, I'm just going to use the Dremel with the cutting disc on the end. Now if you don't have a Dremel, then track cutters will also work, but I prefer to use the Dremel just because you get a cleaner cut. And I find with the track cutters, I know this from experience when I did the track originally on this layout, sometimes if you're not careful with the way you position the track cutter, when you try to snip the track, it can actually pull the rail off the sleepers. So yeah, that's why I prefer to use the Dremel, and it's also just a nice, this just makes the cut a lot cleaner, so that's why I prefer to use it. Anyways, so let's get on to cutting this bit of track out. Alright, so with this cut now, just need to get rid of this bit. It's got a track nail in there, and then we can connect up our bit of track here. Alright, so just got a nail there temporarily just to check that the alignment of the track is okay. I'm pretty happy with the way this is aligning. I might have to chop a little bit off here just so I can sort of straighten things out a bit, but that's okay. You can probably tell in the corner I've got my C-class over there ready to go. So I'll just quickly test this. Now I did give the track here a little bit of a clean up just so we can test it. So let's go. I'm just going slowly with this one, just to test that it runs well going slowly. Track's a bit dirty, so yeah. Yeah, that seems to be running alright. And it also doesn't have cork underneath, so it's a bit bouncy as well. But once we get cork underneath, that will run a lot nicer. Yeah, that's running good. So I'll test my G class on that off camera, and then I'll get to putting some cork underneath. Alright, so now that I'm happy with the alignment and everything like that, train's run over it good, I'm going to start putting the cork underneath. It's just some 3mm cork that I'm using here, and it's the same stuff I've used previously, so thought I'd use it. So basically I'm just going to slide under the track like that, and then to stick the cork down, it's just going to be the weight of the track with the track nails, so that's what's going to keep it all in place. And then once I've tacked it all in, I'll then do another test off camera, and then we can lay this other curve at the back here. It'll be a bit fiddly this, but I'll get it done. Alright, so this bit of track is now in place. All I need to do is test it, but that's something I'll do off camera. So yeah, came out pretty good. Now I did use a little bit of super glue here, just to tack in some of the bits of cork that was sticking out. So that bit down there has been tacked in, a bit underneath the Dremel's been tacked in with some glue, with the cork is, so that way it stays in. But yeah, I'll test this one and then get on to laying the outside curve here. Alright, so it's now time to lay this curve here, and I'll be using flexi-tape for this. So what I'm going to do is cut the end sleeper off, like that. That way we've got some room to fit our rail joint. I'm sure I'll just cut that off. If it wants to come off, that is, that would be nice. There we go. So got some space for some rail joiners here. And here are the rail joiners, the Peco ones, in case I didn't mention before. Just carefully slide these into the end of the rail here. Now I did have to cut this bit of track down, and of course I cleaned up the end, cleaned off any burrs that are on the end. Something you should always do whenever you cut track, just give it a clean up so that way the rail joiner can slide on a lot nicely. Get those on. I usually find using a ruler helps get the rail joiners on, and yep, they're all on, that's good. And then I'm just going to take a bit of flexi track and just carefully slide it in. Like that, there we go. And then just going to carefully slide out. Now you'll notice that that rail came out. I'll push that one back in once I've figured out how I want to do the curve, and just push it back in. What I do is take a pair of pliers and just slide that back in there like that. There we go. And then obviously I'll cut out some cork, and then we'll put that underneath the track. Right, so I got these two curves laid now, so that's really good. Now for this one here I did have to pack some bits of card underneath just to sort of level it out a bit, because this is not very flat, this bit of baseboard here. So I've done that, and I've done lots of testing, especially with my Precision C class of how long that thing is. Before I put the packing underneath, it was stalling due to the wheels not being contacting the rail, so now I've packed this up, I've got it as level as I can, and C class and my other locomotives like my T class and my G class run over that beautifully. So when it comes to the rest of the track laying, I'm going to do this off camera, as you saw me do these two sections, so I'll get the rest of it done off camera up until where it connects back up there, and then if you come over here, this is where I'll be putting the crossover. So where the locos and the carriages are there, there will be a crossover there. I'll do that on camera so I can show you how I do that. Anyways, I'm going to do the rest of the track laying off camera, and then we'll get on to doing the crossover. Alright, so it's been quite a few hours since the previous clip. So I've finished about 90% of the track laying. So this is where we left off, and just come around here, got all this, and then I've connected it back up to there. So I've done a bit of testing off camera, and I've established that the G-Class prefers the inside line, and then the C-Class prefers the outside line. And although the G-Class will happily run on this outside line, the C-Class does have an issue where it derails along this curve, so that is something I'll have to sort out. But other than that, everything's running really good. So all I need to do now is install the crossover and install the point that goes to the diesel depot. So that will be for tomorrow's job. So I'm going to finish up for today, but tomorrow I'll be installing the crossover and figuring out how I'm going to connect the diesel depot up to the main line. So anyways, that's for tomorrow's job, so I'll see you then. Alright, so it is now the next day. So today's job is to install the points. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a crossover here. So using the Peco streamline point work, that's what my big locos and rolling stock will run fine over. This is the medium radius points, so we'll be using those. So we'll have this one here, and then the other one just here. You can probably see it just in the corner of the camera there. So that will go there, and then use a little bit of scrap flexi just to join the two pieces together. So what I've done here is I've disconnected this piece here, and then what I'll do is I'll just mark that, cut off that little bit, and then I'll do the same to this one off camera, and then I'll get these points laid, and then we'll connect it all up. So yeah, let's go do that. So that's now that point installed. So it's just loosely in there now. I still need to tack it down. Now you'll also notice that I've not drilled any holes for a point motor, because I don't plan to add any point motors on this layout. It's not really my thing, and they're a bit more complicated. I'm fine with just switching them by hand. So what I'll do is I'll do the other one that will go around this sort of corner off camera here, and then I'll do the bridging bit, and then we'll give it a test run. Alright, so I finished laying the crossover and it works really good. Done some testing off camera with my locomotives and they all ran over it fine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the crossover on the other side where the countryside section is, and I'll be using electro frog points for that. These two here are install frog. I'll be using electro frog for those, so I'll need to do a little bit of wiring before installing them, but that's alright. So anyways, I'm going to do that off camera as there's a bit more involved with those and I've not done them before, so I'd much prefer to do them off camera rather than on camera. But what I will do is on camera I'll do connecting the point just down in the corner over there with a little bit of track that goes to the diesel depot. So I'll do the other crossover off camera and then we'll do that point down there. Alright, so I've laid the crossovers. So this is the one you saw earlier, and then I also laid the other one in the countryside section off camera. Now last bit of track to lay is this point, which I've already done off camera. I actually forgot to film that, but what we're going to do is we're going to take this bit of track here and then connect this up to the point here from the diesel depot. So I've already marked where I need to cut, just where the, if I can find where I've marked it somewhere. But there we go, yep, so I just need to cut where I've marked it, and yeah, get this bit of track laid. Alright, so I've got the layout going now, and what I need to do is test this line here into the diesel depot. So I've got the G-class just in the corner, ready to go. So let's bring that over. So switch this. Oh, there we go. That ran pretty good. So do the C-class now. And there we go. C-Class ran over that really nicely. Now, I'm not going to test the T-Class on this because I know for a fact the T-Class will run really good. It's mainly just those two locomotives there that I need to test. But yeah, they ran over that really nicely. So that is pretty much all the track laying in the scenic section done. So what I'll do is just put a couple more track pins in here so it doesn't move about. And yeah, it's all looking really, really good. Alright, so that will wrap up today's video. It's probably been a bit of a long one today, but regardless of that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. So just taking a look at where we started off. So started off over here. Well, it was about there when we started off, and did the crossover here. That's working excellent. I just tested that. No derailments. We did all of this, and we connected that back up to there. We installed a crossover just here, and then we got the line back into the diesel depot. So yeah, all very, very good. So all I need to do now is wire this up. Now that's something I'm going to do off camera. I'm not going to bother making a video about this, as there's plenty of other videos on wiring up your layout that are probably going to be better than mine, and plus I'm not exactly the best at it. So you know, if you want to know how to wire up a layout, then watch other people's videos. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with how this has all turned out. So anyways, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. And in the next video, what we'll do is I'll actually get a start on the scenery. No idea where I'm going to start in terms of the scenery, but I'll have a think about that. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Take care, stay safe, have a nice day. Bye everyone.